Okay. All right. So we're recording now. So what we're going to talk about tonight is we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the mission statement. And first of all, some of you all are doing, um, some of y'all in the service industry, some of you in the product industry, some of you are coaches, some of you are not. We have to kind of curtail some of this information to whatever it is you're doing and um, kind of how your product would do basically what I'm talking about. So when you get to the hot seat, where we are in the mission statement right now was very surface level, and I want people to kind of go back through it. You don't have to send the you don't have to send the different one that you create, um, but you definitely can just kind of have it ready for when we get to the hot seat. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to talk a little bit about it where we are with the mission statement right now. Remember, this is just for one specific offer, for one thing that you're actually doing, for one. And when we say offer means something that you're selling, a product or service or anything. So you basically, these mission statements that we're creating are going to be specific to each thing that you do. So we had a high level one. Now I want to drill it down to, okay, so Angel might be the membership site. um, the for Paulette, it may be just the book that she's creating, or Vanessa may be the ebook, the auto ebook site, or it may be whatever it is. It doesn't matter. We want to go into one offer, and then with Zabrina, it might be the image or whatever people get from the site that you're building from for Shopify. Same thing with Tia. I'm not sure which one she chose, but it would be, what is it that this person is getting from this specific offer? So like for me, it could be 3G and then 3G alumni. Those two have they would have two different mission statements. They'd be very similar, but we want to drill down to get to one core person. And in the mission statement, what I want you to do in this exercise now is I want you to think about this. I want you to think about who's your best case study and what did you help them achieve. If you haven't done this yet, what is the outcome that you're searching for, and what does that help a person achieve? Even if it's a product, it could be a simple achievement, just a cool saying. It could give them a smile. It could achieve the ability to find a gift for someone, or find a way to pamper themselves. So you want to find out why people make a decision on purchasing whatever it is you have, whether it's a keychain or coaching, doesn't matter. Okay. And then we need to think about them and think about, what problem do you enjoy solving, or what is it that we're looking to do the most? And that's the one we want to kind of focus on here. And that's really when we get into, when I was telling you we help people. Now we want to think more like, we want to look at more so like the labels, like moms, professional salespeople, entrepreneurs, women, uh, motivated women, young girls, whatever it is. We want to kind of go back and see if you can kind of pinpoint who it is you're looking at. And in some of my, and I did some of the critiques for everybody's mission statement. But what I felt like was I would be doing this several times, so I stopped, and that's the reason I didn't post them all, is because I felt like it'd be better to just do a whole call, kind of going a little deeper on it for you all, so that when we do the final critiques, it's after looking at everything. Okay. So we want to start with just one group, and we know you can help more than one group, but we want to go with just one specific one, and we want to look at what we call in marketing like a bleeding neck. I know that sounds terrible, but bleeding neck basically means, what is a person suffering from, and how do they need this solved? Do they really need this problem solved? Hold on. All right, sorry about that. Thank you. So, do they really need this problem solved, and are willing to pay the price that you're charging for it? And are they likely to take action? So some people are not going to be in your target market for every product that you have. If a person says, hey, I won't spend XYZ on whatever, that might not be the person, because when we say a bleeding neck, if somebody's neck is bleeding, they're going to pay whatever the price is to fix whatever that is. Now, if you're not in the coaching, if you're doing something like a product or whatever, it's going to be a little different for you. It's going to be the market. Is this something, are they passionate about this product? Are they passionate about the feeling? Are they passionate about whatever it is? What makes them tick? What makes them want to actually pay whatever the price is that you're charging? And when they're likely to take, the question about are they likely to take action, it's more about if you're a service provider, they don't have to take action. You have to take action. You have to fulfill whatever service it is, or you have to ship the product or whatever. But if you're a coach, you want to make sure you're dealing with people that will actually take action. Okay. So we talked about the hell, we talked about the heaven. I'm not going to go all the way over that, but I wanted to just kind of restate it. When you think about it, I want you to go a little deeper on how is this hell, how is the situation they're in affecting their actual family? How is it affecting and I want you to become this person. So actually, when you do your mission statement, I want you to take yourself out of it. I want you to close your eyes, meditate, especially if you're a coach and you're helping with a service. If you're dealing with products, I want you to just kind of think about, is this product conveying whatever it is that you want it to convey? And are you marketing your site? Is your branding affecting or showing this imagery? So it may not be just the product, it could be the brand of the Shopify site or the store. And some of it may not even matter. It may just be, even in Amazon, people look at the cleanliness of the picture, does it look trustworthy? Does it have the right language? So it doesn't really matter what you're doing. We want to make sure that we have these questions answered. So when you close your eyes, I want you to do this exercise. Imagine yourself being this target market. And I'll use Vanessa for example. Imagine somebody, she's creating a service where she helps people create a book. Imagine somebody that's been struggling to create a book, or they want to get their voice out. They want to be a leader. They don't have any ebooks out. They're tired of looking at all these marketing things telling them they can market a lead magnet and put this together, and they're like, I don't even know how to do that. So it's just stressful, and then they've just kind of given up. But they know they have something in their mind and something in their brain to get out. How does that affect them? So become that person. So Vanessa, what I want you to do is become the person that wants this product, or become the person that has a book that needs to be edited, whatever it is, and think about how it is when they walking around their families, if their family knows that they have a book in them, or their family is thinking they're wasting their time or wasting the talent, or how would it feel if their family were to see that they were an author or something, right? How's it affecting their finances if they don't have a book or have a lead gen, or they're not attracting people? How's it affecting their relationships with themselves, and to not have that result that they want from the book, right? Their confidence, their health. This could be done in anything from coaching. And what you want to think about is what happens to you. And I want you, like I said, become this person for a minute while your eyes are closed. What happens to their life in 5 years if they don't figure it out? What about in 10 years? So if they never write this book and they just die without having this book, it's all still stuck in their head. It's their duty to get that information out. It's their duty to, like with me, for example, if people don't get masterminds and they don't get help and they'll probably still be successful. But a lot of the stuff you guys got in this course, I could have searched all online for months and not found Gooten. I found that from Sabrina telling me about it. Saved me a bunch of time. And the same thing with you all, finding membership connections and finding, sources and finding clarity. So what happens to your life in 5 years if you're still stuck in the same place? Believe it or not, this happens to people. It happens in their 20s, then it happens in their 30s. Then they get in their 40s, then they get in their 50s, then they get in their 60s, and now they're just giving up because they don't even have the working time or the mindset anymore. And a lot of people just stay in poverty or stay where they are because they wasted their working years, right? So these are the types of things you want to think about when you're looking at, some people, you're dealing with sex. There's certain things that are better, that are done when the myth is that it's better at certain ages. Yes, you can keep going and there's ways to do that, but there's certain things that if a person feels like they're not performing a certain way and it's preventing them from getting married, there is some stipulations on timing with that, and children and things like that, especially if it's a certain person you're talking about. See, that's the thing. If your mind starts going to, oh, well, some people can get it in when they're old, some people can, well, you're not focusing on some people. Right now, you have become one person that you're targeting. That's when you know you're out of the box. When you start making, well, this person, this doesn't fit for that, that you're not connected to your target market. Your target market has a name and it's one person. And then there's a multitude of people like that. So, for example, with 3G, some people don't want to mastermind. That's not the target market. Some people will figure it out. They like to do it. That's not the target market. So every time you start talking about all these outliers of who could not be your target, that's not who you're focusing on. Same thing with products. Oh, people don't want to buy something at $50. Well, that's not who you're selling to, right? You're not selling to people. You're selling to Janitra that wants this product at this price. You just have to find how to get it in front of her, right? Everybody doesn't want a Detroit Lions jersey, right? You got to pretty much be from Detroit for that, right? That's one city in the whole world, but they are a multi hundreds of $1 million from this one city, right? Small population, that well, not small, but it's died down. But their target market, they only sell to Lions fans for the most part, but they are richer than everybody on this phone combined. So that's what we want to make sure we focus on. Don't feel bad for eliminating people out of whatever your target market is. Okay. Now, what I want you to do after you get into that, go back to your health and see if you've delved into it enough. When you go into the heaven, I want you to think about these people completing your course, buying your product, using your product, going to your live event, reading your book, whatever it is that they're doing. I want you um, to experience what is their life like after this 8-week course that you have, this workshop, or this membership site, or if they read your book and apply it, what is their life going to be like on a daily basis? Not just like forever, but on a depth. And I want you to think about specific, like visible improvements that you can see. And I want you to feel it. Don't think about them. I want you to still stay this person and think about, don't just put, I know some of you guys put stuff like feeling better, gaining confidence. That's not enough. We got to define how is it basically, tangibly and visibly different? What powers do you have now that you didn't have? What can you do now that you couldn't do? What hassles did you used to have to put up with that you're now free from? And if you're doing a product, you know, what is it that, did you solve an urge, just an urge to buy something, or did you enjoy this? Did you become a part of a brand, or did you get the whatever it is you're looking to buy? You're looking to buy a wine opener. Now, what can you do? You can open wine, but you can now create. What do people open up wine for? Most of the time, they're in a company of other people, or they're dealing with a stressful day. So let's start looking at how do people use the products that you're using, or use the service, or use the benefit of your service, right? What are you free? What are you now free from? And how does your life look now, 5 years from now, 10 years? What's all the drama you get to avoid? What's all the pain and stress you get to avoid? So now that we have those two, we dive deeper into them, we want to look at like the path. So people are going to want to know, okay, I want to get there, but now what do I do? So this is the new part of the mastermind. This is what I want you all to have done by the mastermind. I want you to write down 6 to 8 major milestones, and once you plan it out, what are the steps they have to take to get from that hell to the heaven? Okay. Um, if you're doing like a done for you service, when you create them, what are the things that you need them to do to create that outcome? Okay. So let's look at it this way. So let's say if you're creating I don't know, a website for somebody, what are the 6 to 8 things they need to do for you to do your job? Or if you're creating a program for them, or you're, teaching their kids, whatever, what do you need the parents to do in order, or your children to do, the children do in that 6 to 8 weeks or 6 to 8. Let's make it around 8 because we can make a quick 8-week course. And remember, people like the speed and how direct you give them a path, because the more components to it, the more resistance you're going to get. Okay. So I want you to dive into what are these 6 to 8 major things that people need to do in order to achieve this heaven. If you're the one coaching them and teaching them, if they're the one doing it, then what are the 6 to 8 things that they need to do? Okay. And plan that out, what that cycle looks like. So we already started with, I help the group of people solve and achieve whatever result so that XYZ. So I help business owners attract more clients so they can have more income, more free time, and never have to worry about business coming in the door. Or I help expectant moms have a healthy pregnancy so they can have a healthy kids and lose weight fast after giving birth. Okay, so those are like the beginning parts, right? We talked a little bit about that. Now we talked about listing those 3 qualifications. I only work with groups who A, B, and C. So I only work with coaches who are phenomenal at what they do, get great results for their clients, and are willing to take massive action to succeed. Okay. And then you go into the rejection, which some of you did, some of you left it out, but it's basically absolute reject clients who are whiners, don't take action, don't take responsibility for their own success. And then we want to talk about the different ways, the 3 ways that the problem shows up in their daily lives. Okay. So, and how you do that is you start that without my help. So we talked about that. So without my help, these people will, 1, continue to struggle to find clients, work harder than they should, and earn a lot less money. These are tangible things instead of just, they will lack, if they lack confidence, okay, but they will struggle in class. They will struggle to relate. They will get frustrated with their homework. They could be, whatever. Go into that pain that they fail on a daily basis. They will struggle to have, intimate relationships. They will struggle to feel confident in bed, or they will struggle to get their book accomplished. They will struggle to finally see their book on a shelf, whatever that is. And then expand it into family and finances. So whatever issues we have, they really always result back to family. Most of the time when people are doing anything, it results to family or finances, because finances are the tool to help family and other personal things. So without my help, these people will continue to struggle to find clients, work harder than they should, and earn a lot less money. This makes their life a living hell because, and then we list at least 3 more ways it's going to cost them to not have this problem solved. Okay? So you could just put whatever, you want. Then after that, we want to put basically this life makes their life a living hell because, let me see, let me get an idea. Because they will always be terrified about money, they'll have less time to spend with their family, and their clients will suffer because their coach is always burnt out. Okay, then, but with my help, these people will, and then you list the ways that your offer help them. And then we're going to add to family finances. So it benefits everything in their life because then we add in their milestones. Okay, so this is connecting the dots of what you already had. When we add the milestones, those 6 to 8 that I just told you about, we'll then talk about the way I help them get this result. So we didn't have that before. The way I help them get this result, or the way this product gets them this result, or the way this auto ebook course, or the way this book or DVD, whatever it is, this membership site gets them these results is by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You list your milestones. Okay. So the way I do it is week 1, blah, 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 or course 1, blah, 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 or step 1, blah, blah, blah. I need you to send me your, video. Send me the video. 2, I process the video. 3, in X amount of time, I send it back to you. 4, blah, blah, blah. Go through the whole step so people can say, wow, okay, they told me what problem I have. They told me what my life would be like and what it'd be like for my family. I really want that. Here's the 6 to 8 things that I need to do to get that done. It might take 6 to 8 days. It might take 6 to 8 weeks. It might take 6 to 8 months. But normally we're going to do 6 to 8 weeks because we want results and we want them fast. That's the reason why I shortened 3G from 12 months to 4. And then what we do after 4, I'm getting you to the result. Where I want to get you from 3G is I want you to understand your mission statement, understand your value, get the clarity down to where you actually know what you're focusing on. And then the alumni is about every day helping you get moving forward on that. It's accountability. That's where the WhatsApp is going to come in. And I think you guys are going to really love the way I'm putting this together. Every morning you're posting what the one thing is that you're going to be doing, not only with you, but this will be with those that kind of make it. I mean, to the alumni side, you'll be with them too. And everybody just post in the morning what they're working on. And that's it. You don't have to get into nothing else. And it's just people can help you and give you resources. And then we'll do calls like this every maybe twice a month. But it's really about getting you in there. Why did I do that? Well, because if I left you all at 4 months and you didn't have a continuation program, then I feel like I'm not doing you a good service, because now you're back to your devices of entrepreneurship, which all entrepreneurs struggle from the same thing. Is we're all left to our own devices. We're by ourselves, or we're with our friends and family that don't care about entrepreneurship, or your coworkers who look at you like you're crazy. So we have to stay into that group and stay around like-minded individuals. And so I've done the hard part by putting these people together from all around the world to create this synergy. So if you don't do this, your business will probably not go at the speed that you want it to go to. Your finances will still stay around the same or lower. You won't have that plateau of individual and that like-minded group that's on the next level, that's also trained like you, that have also been through the mission statement. And that's where the people from 3G alumni, they've already been through this mission statement. So when you come and spit your mission statement, they're familiar with it. So they can critique and they can help you. And now you have to know what your mission statement is. See, a lot of you, if you didn't do 3G, you would be perfectly fine, but you wouldn't have this context together. Not in 4 months. It may take you 4 years. It could take you 10 years. It could take you 40 years. Who knows, for you to gain that clarity. So that's the feeling I want you all to have. You should have the feeling that everything you do in your products, your brand, and your service is about the other person. You're helping them, and you just so happen to put a price tag on it. Okay? So that's really what I want you all to think about. And then now given the incredible life changing transformation you're helping these clients achieve, what is your offer worth? Initial price, I normally like to tell people 3 to 5K. 3G is 7,500, but I've always just discounted it because, I just like to do that. So it's only 35, but I break it up. And then those people that want to stay on it, it'll be another cost, but it's not going to be as much as you all think it is. But you have to charge something, okay, for whatever it is that you're doing. And don't be afraid to charge better for better quality on your products too. Everybody likes the Bentleys of something, right? So why not be that Bentley? Okay. So let me see. I think okay. And then we want like I want to look at like everybody's income goals. That's one thing I want everybody to have by the end of the mission. At a hot seat, I want to know your income goal. And then I want you to break down either the price of your product, price of your course, price of your service, this one service, product, or course, not everything. Because here's what I teach people. Whatever it is you want to make per month, make it from several places, but start with one. Okay? So I tell people any venture I get into, my goal is to build it up to at least $3,000 to $10,000 each. So if I have 10 things and I build them up and then I leverage them and outsource them. Okay. But what we want you to do is get one thing. So like, for example, Angel, you got different revenues coming in from different products and services. I would look at it and say, I want X amount from every single product that I have. From every DVD, I want $1,000 from every DVD that I got. So now we look at, I need a funnel for every single product that I have. I need which ones are selling, which ones are not. Do I need to cut a product? I want to sell this amount for my webinar. So let's say you had every product making $2,000 a month. You got 10 products. Now you got 20,000 a month. Okay, what if one shuts down or one doesn't go well? And this is the problem with a lot of entrepreneurs. They put everything into one basket and they leave it all in that basket. Okay, I am all about the one thing, but I'm also about taking that money and turning it into an investment that builds you another income stream. But right now, I want you to focus on this one thing, and let's get this up to whatever amount you want. $5,000 a month, 10,000, 40,000, what have you. Okay. And then if the price is too low for the amount of money sales you need to make, we need to find out how we need to bring the price up or how we make more sales. And that can be from a product, good, or service. Doesn't matter. You have to decide what your income goal is. And we have to then put that together. Now, we also, many of you put this part, but I want to make sure you go deeper into this. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you charging this? Why do you deserve this amount of money per month? A lot of people's problems with their income streams has nothing to do with their services. It has everything to do with them, whether they deserve it or not, or they feel like they deserve it or not. Okay. So you can be, I do this because I want my children to have real financial freedom. It's my true calling. God put me on this planet to do it. It's God's business. I'm just doing the work, or I don't see myself doing anything else. I'm preordained to do it. I'm the best in the world at it. I'm great. I have fun with it. And that's pretty much what we want to do. And then once you put it all together, what I want you to do is I want you to start reading your mission statement every morning and every night up until the actual mastermind. Okay. And it'll show whether you've done this or not because of the way you read it in front of us. All right. So just if it doesn't feel right, certain thing doesn't feel right, then you might want to critique it or even reach out to me on it and change it. If the income is a stretch but it's too far, then bring it back down. Because I do want you to keep that part in there about basically how much income that you're going to be making. Okay. And that's basically, I close a minimum of this amount of people per month and I earn X amount of this for my services. So I forgot to put that in there, but I just want to bring that back. I close a minimum or I sell a minimum of X amount of widgets per month and I earn blah, 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 blah in revenue for this product, good, or service. Okay. And we can always scale that up and turn it into basically your core of what you're going to use that for is going to be all your marketing is going to be based on this actual concept and belief. So that's pretty much it for that one. I want to see if anybody, I would love feedback on that. Was that helpful to you all? Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Did that help you with the mission statement at all? Or, anybody come on.
Well, for me, yes, when about the breakdown for the different products and the monthly, I guess it helps you to look at the money better. As far as like you said, if something doesn't go well, because that's the problem in my business. Like in the summertime, everyone's doing well in the classes, but then wintertime, the classes aren't doing as well. So I need to have at least 2 or 3 things that's really working well to supplement my income, and things that are not doing to figure out a different way to make that work as well. Like if people are not doing a class in person, I can boost way more of the Skype classes so they can still get the classes. So that's what I needed to focus on.
Well, another thing with you is that product sales are high in the winter because of all the holidays. And you think about like Walmart, for example. If your product doesn't sell in Walmart, they take it off the shelf and they'll put another one up there. So they know exactly the sales of every single product in that big store. And during the holidays, people don't really know know when the holidays are until they go into Walmart. Like you go into Walmart, like, oh, St. Patrick's Day is coming up because they're
No.
selling to you a month before the holiday. So you can
Right.
always use the holidays to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Always. So you should always have some type of Halloween thing, how to use Halloween costumes in another way. I mean, all types of
Right.
stuff. But that should be consistent income of every month you got something that you can sell. And that's the way you break that down. So anybody else, any comments, questions? Was that good for you all to kind of take that in and use for the event?
Yes.
Yeah, that was helpful.
Okay, good, 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 good. All right. Well, I know it
I'm
was a
glad
lot of
you
information. Go
memorize
ahead,
the
Jan.
mission statement. Also, I'm glad you reminded us we have to be able to memorize the mission statement. So
It doesn't necessarily have to be memorized because that's left brain. You can have it written out and read it, but it's more so has to become a part of you. So it's kind of like it has to be second nature for you to understand all of that because it's really what you're going to be why you're doing what you're doing. It's kind of like you don't have to memorize telling a parent that they get up and go to work and why they go to work. If they ask you what you do every living, you're a teacher. You can explain that. You don't need a piece of paper. But now
right.
it's gonna be weird at the beginning. But if you keep telling yourself, you know exactly. You want to be at a point where somebody says, "Hey, what do you do?" Hold on, somebody finger click and make sure when you're typing that you're on mute. Um, you want to make sure that when you tell people, when people ask you what you do, you know what it is, why you do it. Like I said, mine with 3G, I'm not looking at a paper. It's because I know why I'm doing this, right? So don't think about memorizing it. Just think about it like becoming a part of you. I'm only telling you to remember it till the mission, till the mastermind. But you literally should read it morning and night, just until it becomes a reality. So you can print it
Gotcha.
out. You can get Sabrina to put it on a poster for you. I mean, whatever. That might be kind of cool, actually. Do like a little canvas thing. Print those mission statements out once they're perfected, and then just keep drilling them in until you get it to where you want it to be.
You just
All
gave me
right.
an idea when you were talking about like putting it up on like a poster board. Immediately, I thought vision board of what this could do for me.
Yeah. Whatever it takes to get into what it has to do is once it gets into your subconscious brain and part of your physiology, then it's a wrap. That's the biggest problem I see. People have, especially people that have jobs, their job becomes so part of their physiology that they actually start defending the company. Have you ever been to somewhere you be like, dude, you just work here, like you don't own the McDonald's. They act like it because it has bled into their subconscious. It's impossible. That's where overseers came from with slaves. The same thing. You could be there, but you there for so long that it becomes a part of you, and now you defend it. The problem with a lot of people that are starting something new, if they're an entrepreneur or if they have a job, is they don't give it enough of their energy and time so that you have all this time and energy of your job or your current business, and you give your new idea this amount, and it never trumps the other one because it's such a minute thing to you. But once it becomes a part of your physiology, then it doesn't matter if you spend a lot of time on it or a little time on it. And what's going to happen is the more this builds, the more uncomfortable you're going to get at your job. I'm going to just tell you that now. The more pissed off you're going to get at authority, the more pissed off you're going to get at yourself for not, even if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to be getting pissed that you're not delivering because you know that somebody is hurting by you not delivering your product, you not doing what you're supposed to do. Imagine if I didn't do 3G, right? If I just was like, oh, I don't understand, I don't have it all figured out, none of you all would be on this call. And so once you get to that point where you're not even doing it for yourself, no matter if I make money from it or not, or you make money from it or not, I feel like it's my God-given talent to do this call. So it hurts me to not deliver, not about other stuff. Now, yeah, I've been without a job for a long time, so my psyche is different, but it doesn't take a long time. It just takes you to actually keep doing it. And some people, like when I got my good grades in college, it wasn't because I was like the smartest person. I just studied harder than everybody else. So that might be what you have to do. So Yana, don't memorize it. Just kind of feel it. Like just keep saying it until you become like one with it. And you don't. I'd rather you just look at the notes and explain it to us when you're in the hot seat. Not necessarily just you can read it, but when you finish reading it, we're gonna ask you like why. Why do you want to do this? Like why do you want to? Why is this so important? Like why can't you just be happy with what you're doing? And that you don't need. You don't need to really memorize.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else? I know we got about 5 minutes. We're gonna wrap it up a little early. But this is the new assignment. So what I like you all to do, I'm gonna cut you all loose tonight. I like you all to just kind of post in Facebook, any questions or any comments or whatever your thoughts were about tonight's call. I know some people are on mute or whatever, and I want to be able to follow up. I am going to Peru on Thursday, and I won't be able to moderate the Monday call. So one of you all would like to moderate on Monday. Thanks, Vanessa. You can moderate on Monday. We'll make sure that the call goes well and everybody hops in on that. So thank you for volunteering your time.
What did I just volunteer to?
To be the moderator on Monday. Appreciate
I
it.
can imagine her face.
Yeah, you'll see the recording. All right, so I'll be posting this recording sometime before I leave too, because I know it was a lot, and I know it was a lot to take notes on. So you probably have to keep going and pause the video, but I will definitely make sure that is up within the next 24 hours. So, any major questions before I let you all go? Oh,